Keep forgetting to speed that up. Oh well. Anyways, and welcome to the Confound Millennial, starring Steven Stirvin Michaels, Ryan Diamonds, and featuring special guest, owner of Titans Chaos Games, James.
Hey,
Hi,
James.
everybody.
Groundblade.
Or Groundblade, as they used to call him in the Xbox days.
Yeah, right. The good old days of just Xbox 360.
Heck yeah.
One day was the last time we all said see you on Call of Duty tomorrow.
Good game.
The first ones, yeah. The
Mhm.
first three, I should say. It's like, yeah, when they started sliding around and being able to jump and shoot a bunch of laser guns, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
World at
that
War was
was
the
a
best.
little much, but I never really was a big Call of Duty fan. I usually just kind of played it at friends' houses.
Yeah. Well, nowadays, it's like
Anyways.
my brother got me into playing Escape from Tarkov.
Is that fun?
If you like getting punched in the nuts, yeah.
I don't. I like Rocket
I
League
do.
lately.
It was like my brother literally said, is like, yeah, this is an extremely, he's like, it's a very extremely difficult game with a bell curve like this. It's like you don't do this. You don't slowly learn and get better. No, it's like you're hitting a wall face forward, and yeah. Like most games have like, little things here and there, but it's like, oh, Escape from Tarkov. You have a light bleed, you have a heavy bleed. Oh, look, you have a concussion. You broke your arm. You got to split your ankle. It's like, and each one of them has a different item to heal you.
Jesus, it sounds like Green Hill.
Oh, yeah. And then it's like, oh, look, you ran. You're out of stamina now. You did that 4 times in a row now. Now you have, what is it? Labored breathing. And now for the rest of the
Emphysema.
game, your guy can't run as fast. And yeah. I was just like, as I said, it's like Escape from Tarkov can be fun, but in the same instance, it's not, yeah.
It's not
If
fun.
you have time to dedicate towards it, it's fun. But if you're like, I'm just going to play 2 games at the end of the day to relax, no, don't play that game. That is not a relaxing game.
I don't know though. It does sound a little more realistic than most. I was thinking the other day, like, man, if I sprinted one time like they do in the video games, I'd be out of breath the rest of the
COPD.
day.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
played a
it's
game
like-
kind of like that called Marauders. Like you have to fly a spaceship to a big ship, and you go in, and there's other people, and you got to loot and try not to get killed. If you lose any loot, then you lose it for good. It's intense. Anyway,
Either
there.
way,
Either way.
going back to the beginning,
Oh,
Titans Chaos Games. Want to tell us a little bit about that, where it's located, and what you do there?
So we're located at 220 Stone Street in Morehead. Pretty neat
Morehead,
location.
Kentucky,
A lot of
by the way.
people, like, we're next to Subway, Cookout. Buffalo Wild Wings is my backdoor neighbor. If you use Google, you're good. Like if you use Google Maps, you'll come right to my front door and knock hello. If you use Apple Maps, for some reason, I've put in like 3 tickets with them. They keep taking them over towards Fazoli's, like, and I'm like, I've had like 7 phone calls from people going, "Where are you all located at?" I'm like, next to Subway. And they're like, well, it took me over here next to the recruiting office and Fazoli's. And I'm going, let me guess, you're an Apple user? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I know this issue. I've put in notifications to them and tell them, like, hey, you got to update this crap because I'm losing customers in a sense because, who says how many hasn't called me and asked where I'm located at and just go, I don't see it, and then leave.
Yeah, they're but at least it is a little closer to, or semi close to where you're at.
Yeah,
There's
I
a pet
agree,
shop 5 minutes down the road from where I'm at. And when I first went to go there, I used Google, and it took me 20 minutes away to Farmer Sharky.
Yeah, it's like that. I was like, I noticed that too. That's why at least Google has fixed theirs because I put in whenever people tell me they couldn't find me, I put in requests to Google and be like, hey, this is where I'm located. This is where you're sending people. Submit a ticket, and within like 3 days, they sent me up a ticket saying we've read your notification and we've updated our system to, accurately. I'm like, cool. It's like I'm paying for Google Business, so I'm like, yeah. I was like, hopefully you all will read my thing and fix it. I have yet to hear anything back from Apple though, so
Good luck.
yeah. I was like, let's see if they know anything. I don't know.
So what do you do there at the Chaos Games?
So as of right now, we're starting off very small. Right now, we basically deal in trading card games. Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit of Digimon. It was like Digimon I'm slowly getting into. But Magic is, like you say, the home is where the heart is. That's the game
right.
I've played for 20 years now. So that's the one I have the most knowledge. I'm the one that has I follow the Lorthos. It's like I know all the background stories. At one point in time, I'd say about half of the novels. But unfortunately, whenever I was going to college as a kid in 2010 and 11, Mom and Dad's house burnt down. And
Oh man.
yeah, luckily I got my Magic cards out like 3 months before that happened.
Goodness.
So I didn't lose no cards, but I lost books. I lost 3 Nintendo 64s with the original Smash Brothers and Donkey Kong Country. And yeah.
I lost a storage unit a couple years ago, or last year, or about this time last year. And I was able to get my guitars back out of it from the guy that bought it. But I had to go down to where I'm from in Georgia that February, and there was a guy that was running a magic shop down there. And it's weird. The one that used to own it, like we were best buds, and well, not really best buds, but I liked him. He liked me. He had a picture of me on the wall. And but the guy that took over, we used to work delivering pizza together, and he would talk trash about me.
Throw
And
darts at your picture, huh?
I walked into the shop and I saw a action figure of Garruk or Garuk, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where'd you get this?" He said, "Some dude came in with about 5 milk crate boxes." I was like, "Yep." He's like, "You knew about that?" I was like, "Yeah, they were mine."
Dang.
But it is what it is. But he ended up giving me like this really cool deck box I used to have. That's like a book with lights on the front and stuff.
Oh, dang. That's like the
Fancy.
That's the
He was
fancy
like, "I think
one,
it's
yeah.
broken." I was like, "I think I broke it."
Like, I noticed that scratch. That's me. No.
I did that.
And like my little brother, he gave me my PlayStation back. He asked me yesterday morning, "Did you ever figure out what scratch or put in that giant crack in the top of the PlayStation?" I was like, "Yeah, buddy, it was you."
Man, that just brings back old memories of back in the day where you had to put the cardboard half between the TVs to play multiplayer with your brother because you're like, we're watching my screen. No, I'm not. Well, how'd you know that the exact split second I was walking around the corner? It'd be like, I'm sorry, I have good peripheral vision and you don't. So literally, taking the cardboard and taping it up and splitting the screen in half. And he got mad one day and threw the controller. The controller pulled the system off of the TV, and the TV fell on me. Yeah, wow. I was like, I think that was the last time I actually played like 1v1 my brother in that kind of situation, because underneath that cardboard, I didn't see what was going on. I was one underneath the cardboard just playing, and then all of a sudden,
oh.
Yeah, and this is still during those tube TV days. It's not like, it's a flat screen. No, it's like it's like 40, 50 pounds of glass just fall on your head. Mm-hmm. Rough days.
So when are you open?
So we're open Wednesday through Sunday. So Wednesday and Thursday we're open from 2:00 until 9:00. Friday, we're open from 2:00 in the afternoon till 10. Saturday and Sunday, we're open at noon. Saturday, we close at 10 p.m. And Sunday, we close at 6.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's like my brother's shop up in North Dakota. I kind of like, I guess they copy and pasting all the stuff I learned from him for the 4 years I was up there and I worked in the shop. And he's like, nothing really good happens after 10 o'clock. So he's like, there's no, like, if we have a tournament going on, like, I got a Frexy All B1 pre-release coming up. We're starting at 7. If there's like 30 people here, well, it's going to be like midnight, 1 o'clock when we're going to get done, just simply by doing the rounds normally. I'm not going to kick everybody out at 10 and be like, oh, sorry, get out. And it was like, no, but I'm going to close the blinds and put up the close sign and just let everybody continue playing.
That's cool.
So,
Everybody get out. It's a full moon.
right? Yeah. It's like, what is it? Walter
Take your
from
prize packs
Jeff
and leave.
Dunham. He's like, welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out. No.
So, you can find any updates on like whether you would be closed randomly or have events and stuff on your Facebook page, correct?
Facebook and Instagram.
Ooh.
Facebook and Instagram, Titans
big
Chaos
ones.
Games.
Oh, yeah. It's like I started getting a Twitter one, but in the same instance, there's a lot of other things going on right now in the shop, and it's like it kind of fell on the back burner. It's like I told him, I was like, I have a list of like 40 things to do. What is the most important? You know, and getting a Twitter account up and going, that ain't one of them.
Twitter's kind of dying right now.
Oh, no, I'd rather set my feet on fire before I do TikTok. Nope, I'll walk like a pirate with 2 wooden legs before I download TikTok.
Oh, man.
I have one
I'm
video.
just not a fan of that. I'm just not a fan of TikTok.
I'm not a big fan either, man.
I have one video on the TikTok for the Confound Millennial, and it just says that we're about to be on TikTok. I posted that like half a year ago. We never did anything on it.
That's good.
It's like coming soon, but never really.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get any questions for it, so like, when's it coming?
That's very true.
There's a reason.
I would like to do like episode highlights on there, but that's just so much time
It's a
that
lot of
I
money.
don't want to put into it.
You should see our OnlyFans.
Well, it's like there is one thing I guess you could say that not necessarily that it's all from TikTok, but it's somebody who did TikTok, but then they like took all the videos of them and put them on YouTube, and I found them on YouTube, and I'm like, well, this is extremely hysterical. And that is Goofy wants his money back. And it's this guy, he has a Goofy puppet, and he talks just like Goofy. And he's like, you got my money, Damien? It's like, if you want a good like 12 minutes of laughing, there you go. Because it's like it's shot at TikTok frame, so it's like 40 to 30-second clips, but he's got them all on the line, so it's like 12 minutes straight runtime of it. And it's just, oh God, it's like, if you want to laugh, it's pretty funny.
I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan, and I don't think I could stand 12 minutes straight of hearing Goofy's voice.
It's like, it's the other guy talks too, but yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's just, I just think it's funny because it's definitely not for kids. Let me just go ahead. It's like, this is not gather around, kids, let's watch Goofy. No. It's like, it's I'd say it's a soft, PG-17, PG-16. But yeah, it's like, it's just funny to hear Goofy. You'd be like, you got my money, you little bitch. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of this time that Mickey Mouse went to therapy. His therapist was like, well, I'm sorry to hear that your wife Minnie is a little silly. He's like, no, I didn't say she's a little silly. I said she's fucking goofy.
Yeah. It's been a while since I heard that one. So my dad's favorite joke is, do you know why Mr. and Mrs. Claus don't have kids?
Why?
He only comes once a year, and it's down a chimney.
Ooh. Got him. Oh. Got him good.
It's like, that's my dad's favorite joke. And I'm like, yep. I was like, touche, Dad, touche. You know, it's a good one whenever, I guess like a small background on me is that I just got out of the Air Force. I did Air Force for 6 years, was stationed up in Minot, North Dakota. The running joke was, why not Minot? Because it gets down to like negative 78 degrees up there.
Ooh.
So why not? Because I'm sent here. That's why. But one day we had a meeting and it was about resiliency training and stuff to that nature. And we had a veteran Marine who served like 6 tours in Iraq, and you couldn't tell, but he had a glass eye, he was missing a hand, and he had a false leg.
You couldn't tell.
And he was talking, and I mean, he did his 20. He still went and did everything. I was like, man, I greatly appreciate your sacrifice. He's like, well, I appreciate your air support. I'm like, that's what I'm here to do, is to make the jets fly. That's it. Well, he was like, all right, I know y'all are getting sick and tired of hearing me, but before I leave, it's like, I need somebody to tell me a joke. Any joke. It's like, and the whole crowd was silent, that nobody wanted to say anything. He's like, well, I'm not going to let you all go until somebody tells me a joke. And then I raised my hand, and then all of a sudden my first sergeant's like, oh, God, no. And he's like, what is it? And I told him the Santa Claus joke, and he's just like, wow. And I was just like, you asked for it. It's like, I got jokes for days. It's like, that was always the fun thing to do, is to new guys who'd come into the shop and like, you get the, don't talk to me guy. You got the one guy, it's like, and they come to me, I'm the crazy guy who knows all the funny jokes.
Know who to go to.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, and I was the helpful guy. Like, I don't know how many times, new guys would come in there and I could just look the frustration on their face. And I'm going, what's wrong? And they're like, I'm just having issues doing this. I'm like, oh, there's an easier way to do that. And then I go show them, and they're like, why does nobody else do that here? I'm like, because everybody else is bitter because they got a fish shoved up their ass. Me, I try to poop it out and go on. It's like, if I could help somebody else not be as miserable, I've done my job.
Bless you.
Because somebody's got to stop it. They say the buck stops here. It's like, well, if constantly everybody gets screwed over and they keep screwing over other people because they got screwed over, then when does it end? Somebody has to make it end. And I've always tried my best to be the end and be like, okay, let's do it the right way. Let's fix it.
Moving on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of why I say I've opened up the shop. It's like,
do it right.
It's like, I know I could do better. I know that I know how to do it. I feel extremely confident. I've been very blessed. It's like, I didn't do this all on my own. I got friends. I got family. A lot of them know that this was my life, I guess, my lifelong dream or goal. Like, I started playing Magic when I was in 7th grade. And I can say by freshman year of high school, I knew I wanted to own a shop. I wanted to run a shop. Never knew what it took, what I had to have to do or anything of that nature, but that was always in my heart. Like, I wanted to run a shop. I wanted to own it. And, well, over the years, I've gained knowledge on, I guess you say, what are good shops? What are bad shops? What did I hate? What did I like? What did other people hate? What did other people like? Like, when you've been to over 32 Grand Prix in your life, the bigger events, and you've been basically to almost every single state, played in like different tournaments, you get to see a lot of different stores. You get to see what, like my number one pet peeve, every time I go to a new store, first thing I do is go straight to their bathroom. Because to me, if they care enough to not necessarily keep it like spotless, but like, cool, you have toilet paper and there's extra toilet paper nearby. You have hand soap. You got actually paper towels in there, Cool. Well, then you actually somewhat care. But it's like, I've been to some shops, I go in there and then, you see that, that shelf, and then you see an empty roll, and then you see an empty roll, another empty roll, and then one on top. And I'm like, bros, what the world? Like, Come on, it's just take the
Take
tube
some
out,
pride.
put the tube in, and yeah.
It's probably a good place for some guys to feel safe and happy.
Yeah.
Some guys that ain't social, or even guys that don't have any other hobbies. It's a place for them to go and just there's other people to be around. That's cool.
Magic shops or the bathroom?
Both.
I was about to say the bathroom, but it's like, yeah, I'm safe in here.
Oh man,
Safe.
if I'm in the
Yeah,
bathroom and someone knocks on the door, I always tell them to come back with a warrant.
I always say occupido.
That's funny.
But
So I had a question.
go ahead.
What was, and don't tell me you don't know because nobody forgets their first. What
Oh,
was your first set? First expansion in Magic?
So I started playing, not knowing anything about the game really, during Onslaught and Mirrodin. But the first expansion I was a part of that I got to play in the store and actually saw was Saviors of Kamigawa. As a kid, during 7th and 8th grade, I get to go to the Magic shop once a month kind of thing. And I'd go in there and just look through a bunch of little cards and pick out some. And then for that entire month, me and my friend would just basically waylay the crap out of each other with the stupid cards we got. None of them made any sense. We didn't know what formats were. We kind of barely knew how to play the game. But the first set I remember that I was a part of it, like I went and got to play in it, was Saviors of Kamigawa, which was, so you had Mirrodin, Darksteel, and Fifth Dawn. That was the Mirrodin block. Then you had you had Kamigawa, Betrayers of Kamigawa, and Saviors. So basically it was like a year and a half before I actually started actually going and actually playing at the store. So yeah, I played during the time frame a lot of people said was the dark time of Magic, because
dark time.
a lot of people were getting upset with all the bannings, all the Infinity shenanigans going on with Mirrodin, and a lot of people back in the day hated Kamigawa. I mean, they just did not like it. They're like, this ain't Magic, this ain't the theme or nothing. And I'm going, as a kid, I don't know anything about it. I think it's kind of cool. There's samurais. It's like there's spirits, It's like the old Dynasty Warrior games is how I felt whenever I was playing that set. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And yeah, that was also during the rules changes on when damage on the stack and mana burn. Like everybody said, is like when I told them the time frame I started, they're like, my God, you started in the roughest period of time in Magic. And I'm going, apparently so, because there's a lot of crap that happened in that 2-year time frame.
Yeah, I started in which one was it again? I think my first set was Return to Ravnica in 2012.
Yep.
And I feel like that was a pretty good time to get in. It was a pretty good set for learning, I felt like.
Yeah, because that was basically, it was Scars of Mirrodin, then you had Innistrad, then you had Return to Ravnica. I mean, right there, like I say, it was the holy trifecta of my opinion, one of the funnest 3 sets to play through. There was nothing overly busted about Scars of Mirrodin. Well, okay, there was. Don't get me wrong. There was certain things, but I played during the time of, when Splinter Twin was in Standard. So if you've ever played Modern and it had Splinter Twin, or if anybody's watching and they know what Splinter Twin is, it's imagine in Standard Splinter Twin. Yeah, that was a fun couple 5-6 months. It's
I just remember being so confused about everything. Like when I first started playing, I wanted to know what everything was, and they had the weirds, and I remember asking my friend, what in the hell's a weird? And he's like, I don't friggin' know, dude, just play your cards.
What is the random There's only 3 in Magic's history. It's like the Othalids or whatever. They're kind of like the crab dudes or whatever. Like they like the shell creatures. There's only 3 of them in Magic's history. And I was just like, oh, the Othalids or whatever. And we just got the 3rd one like 2-3 years ago in Theros Beyond Death. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, this is a unique creature type that we haven't seen in a really long time. I was like,
So, do you play Commander yourself any?
Oh God, yeah. I like Commander in the fact that it's not my try hard format. When I play Commander, I'm there to have fun, do something shenanigy. Like literally, chaos is awesome in my opinion when it comes to Commander because it's like some things you don't expect people to do, and some things you're just like, really, that just happened to be like, yeah, you don't get that kind of interaction when it's 1v1. But also, you do also have, a lot of the times where somebody goes, oh, I remember that card screwed me over from like 2 years ago. Kill it on the spot, even though there's more of a dangerous threat than that one card. Mm-hmm. Threat assessment is the hardest thing to do in Commander.
What's your your favorite commander, favorite commander of deck you have?
Oh, I still have him built. I built him back in 2010, and I've constantly upgraded him and keep him going. Is Earl the Miststalker. Because he wasn't my first commander. My first commander was Nim Mizzet the Firemine. Just because I like Nim Mizzet and I like the whole, tap the card sideways and you can see how he spells his name out from the first Ravnica. I thought that was so cool. And then every time I played him, ever since he would come out, I would literally have I'm not doing infinite combo shenanigans with him. I'll just play him out just to have the ability to draw cards and shoot people when I draw cards. They're like, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. He didn't even get I cast Nim Mizzet, he dies, kill spell. And I'm like, what the heck, man? He doesn't even get a chance to breathe. And I went to my, at the time, local card store in Salina, Ohio. Because I went to college up in Lima, Ohio. And I told him, I'm like, man, everybody just keeps waylaying the living crap out of me. And I can't even get my commander to stay on the field, and he just instantly dies. I'm like, do you know of a commander that could help? Is there a commander that people can't do that crap with? And he's like, here you go, Earl the Miststalker. He's Naya color, so he's red, white, and green in 2. He's a 5/5 beast. He cannot be targeted by your opponent's spells or activated abilities. Or spells or abilities your opponents control. He gets +2/+2 for each enchantment aura on him. Okay, cool. I was like, sick. So we started building him. I mean, the first version of him was hot garbage. It's just whatever commons and uncommons were at the store enchantment-wise. I was like, oh, look, it's here's this enchantment that gives it +1/+1 for 2 and a green, and I get 2 1/1s with it. That's it. I'm going, just random garbage stuff. But over the years, it's I've made him pretty dangerous. Consistently, I can get him out on turn 3. And turn 4, somebody's dead. It's so a lot of people, my best friend, he's he sees me playing it, and he's going, my dear God. I'm going, hey, I'm not going, hey, look, Thassa's Oracle in response, Dark Tutelage, and exile my library, I win the game. I'm going, no, I literally go, you're dead. Can you stop me? Nope. Now you're dead. You have one more turn. Can you stop me? Nope. You're dead. I was like, mine's a 3-turn kill spell. It's it takes 3 turns for me to kill everybody. Mine's not I win, game over. It's no, there's time, to stop me. It's just, can you?
My personal favorite commander, I've only ever bought 1 card for it. The rest I have all gotten from packs. The commander is Krenko Mob Boss.
Yeah. What was the 1 card?
I ended up getting the newest Perforos.
Bronze Blooded or Perforos God of the Forge?
God of the Forge.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a old shop owner kept telling me, to make him my commander and take Krenko and put it in the 99. And I didn't want to do that, but I did want the Perforos, so I threw him in there.
Oh, yeah.
And my favorite thing to do with it is, and please forgive me for having forgotten the card names, but I get, 200 or so goblins out using Krenko. And then I have one card that destroys them all and replaces them with 4/4 flying dragons.
I can't remember the name, but I know the card. It was in Cons of Tarkir.
Yes.
That's the set it came out in. I don't remember the name of the card, but yeah.
Oh, I see it. It is Descent of Dragons.
Descent of Dragons. Was like there's another card. I can't remember its name, but I remember its mana cost and what it does. It's 3 colorless, double red sorcery. Destroy all creatures target player controls. For each creature destroyed this way, put 2 1/1 goblins into play under their control. So if you had 200 goblins, you'd be like, I target myself. Okay, cool. Now I got 400 goblins.
I like that.
I can't remember the name. I'll have to look it up and send it to you because I don't remember, but I know that card existed because my buddy up in North Dakota who owns Chaos Games, he had Perforos as his commander, and he did that crap one day, and I was like, oh, God, we're just all dead. He was like, cool, I have 18 creatures. I'm going to blow up all my creatures. I get 36, and I'm going 36 times 2. I'm going, oh, crap, we're just all dead. That's like 72 points of damage. I'm like, I'm at 40, but still I'm dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking up that card.
It's something
It is a Mog Infestation.
Mog Infestation. There you go. It's like I remember the mana cost and what it did. I don't remember the name of cards well. I remember their activated abilities. I can remember the pictures, what the card does, just not the name. And sometimes it's extremely aggravating.
Well, how about I get your opinion on one of my favorite cards real quick here on the screen. Stirvin, the Confound Millennial. We have our own merch of our own cards. We still, though, have to get printed up. Diamonds the Reliable.
That is taken from a real picture.
Yeah, that is a real picture that I just ran through a cartoon app or cartoon filter.
So smooth. It's like I love the.
Yeah. I went camping with some friends, and one was like, "Pose right here for me." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I asked him for a picture for the podcast, and that's the only one he's ever given me.
Oh man, I've got another one I got to give you.
Please don't. I don't want to see your testicles again, Diamonds.
No, I quit sharing that. So you got a limited edition picture there.
Right. But so James, sorry, I'm trying to get the idea of pictures Diamonds have sent me in the past out of my head. This will be, let's see, so we will post this, not this upcoming Wednesday, but the next. So your pre-release has just happened. Do you have any other events this month coming out?
Well, actually, my pre-release ain't happening until the 10th.
Well, it has happened with the release of this episode is what I mean.
Oh, yes. Bigger events, not really. We don't have it planned. You can go onto Facebook and look at our background picture, and it is the calendar. So if you ever wonder what we're doing, you can check them out. All weekday events start at 7 because that's like the sweet zone of a lot of people getting off work. I know of 3 guys that get off of work at 6:30. By the time that they get here, it's already 7, and technically Magic starts at 6:30. So I've pushed it back 30 minutes. So we'll see what happens.
So
Or
you
stop
said
by
you
Fasolis.
sell other games as well. What's your do you play any of the others yourself?
So I just recently got back into Pokemon. The D&D crowd sat down and we talked about it, and I played one game, and I kind of get the concept of Digimon. Still have no clue about Yu-Gi-Oh. I played literally Yu-Gi-Oh for 3 months, found out about Magic, quit Yu-Gi-Oh, and played Magic when I was a kid. And that was the last time I played Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'll be
I
honest.
know that they start out at 8,000 life, and you can attack certain creatures. That's about it.
I played Magic once at a marching band competition, and I dominated like beginner's luck. Never played it again, like physically. I've played like video games, but never physically. I'd like to, just don't know anybody that plays around
Well,
here.
come on up to Morehead, Kentucky to Titans Chaos Games, Diamonds.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go
Yeah,
there.
come on down. It's like, well,
12 hours.
right now, me and my buddy were working on getting I guess they rent a decks up and going.
Mm.
So if you don't have a deck, you can come and we'd rent out a deck to you. It'd be like depending on I guess say what you want to do, what's your flavor. It's still in progress. I ain't got one completed yet, but when you're sorting and organizing, roughly 100,000 to 200,000 cards, yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, what happened? Like I was sorting one day and I blinked and 3 hours had went by and I'm going, where did the time go? And I've just been sorting the whole time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I'm
but
trying
yeah,
to make it
that
more
sounds
of
like a
a,
really cool idea, renting out decks.
Rent a deck.
oh, yeah. Well, it's something that I can say the other shop did that I liked as well. Like, say you want to come to play a Pauper event. Well, a lot of people don't know what Pauper is. They don't know what's legal in the format, what's not. And it's
Mhm.
like, well, if we already have a pre-constructed deck for you, we know what's legal. We know what, and then you just kind of tell us what your, it's a gamer of flavor is. It's like, are you somebody who wants to set back and counter everything, or do you one of those people like, cool, I want to play, be done, have a snack, and still have 20 minutes left on the play clock? It's like, or are you like that person that likes to play more of the mental math? Be like, cool, I'll do a little bit of here and a little bit of there. It's like,
That's a great idea.
yeah. It's like right now we got the most, I can say the deck that's the most closest to being complete is Budget Modern Burn.
Hmm.
Burn's just an easy, just go straight to their face. Don't care about their creatures, go just straight to their face.
Take 'em
Three to
out.
their face, three to their face, three to their face.
What happened to Stirvin?
My camera became unplugged. I'm still here.
Okay.
I can't figure out why my camera won't turn back on.
Hmm.
But either way, it is about our regular runtime. So I guess I will just finish this episode without being able to be seen.
Oh man, it was
Is
great
that-
to meet you, James.
It's like an
Oh,
actual
yeah, it's great to meet
podcast
you.
now.
It's like you kind of remind me of what's his name, Wilson from Home Improvement. What's your problem there, Tim? You can't see him, but you know he's there.
He's there. I believe
Here
in him.
with great advice. Actually, I have no advice, but either way, any last words you'd like to say, James, about Titans Chaos, about yourself, about how Pretty Diamonds is, any of that?
Well, shit, you don't make me talk. Well, Titans Chaos Games is like right now when you come in, we're under construction in a sense. We're knocking down walls to make more play space, but we should be up and running by the time that the pre-release happens on the 10th. So if you come on down, it's like it might look a little disheveled at the moment, but I will get it up and going again. We're still very small. I mean, we've only been open 2 months now. So,
But still, I see great potential in you guys and the shop. You've got my business, and I hope you're here to stay for a while because I
What?
really, There's good shops, there's bad shops, and I can tell you're going to be a good one.
Well, it's like the Blaze, the Morehead, I guess you say the Morehead paper people. They do it online now. They did an interview with me, and I told them, I'm like, my 10-year goal, dreamland wise, is to have my shop to basically be the size of the Peddler's Mall.
Oh, wow.
That's my 10-year goal. Realistically, I'll take half of the Peddler's Mall and have regional events. Like right now, you have to go rather to Louisville or Lexington or Huntington, West Virginia to play in any like regional events. To like, we're talking about Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Magic. For bigger events, there's nothing here. And I'm like, why not make Morehead, I guess, one of the central hubs for bigger events? I mean, I've already talked to the Morehead Council Committee about renting out the Morehead Community Center. If I get big enough to where it's cool, I can only hold 60 people in my shop, but I'm going to have a 200-man tournament. They said I can rent out the Morehead Center or the Morehead Community Center, and I'm like, sounds like a deal to me. It's like I thought I was like, I'll definitely be in touch with y'all to get more information about it. But I have a lot of plans. It's like I got a lot of plans, but I gotta take baby steps. I can't jump too far forward.
Yep.
Well, how about this? How about we'll see you on this show sometime next year and see what has happened in that one time jump.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's like I might still be at this location, but you never know. It's like I might grow too fast in a sense, or don't want to be like Icarus. Don't want to fly too close to the sun and.
Not yet.
It's like I just want to hover, Call me the Superman of card shops. I just want to coast.
You said that don't want to be like Icarus, and for some reason, I guess probably because I'm thinking Magic right now, I immediately was like, don't want to be like, dang it, what was Gideon's original name?
Oh, I don't.
Kytheon,
that original name?
And fight a god. And
yeah. Well, it's like there's a new card coming out for Pauper that I was interested in playing, and it's an equipment themed deck is what it is, and I was just looking at all the equipments in Magic that are common for Pauper, and one of them is Wings of Hubris. It's literally got a guy flying like Icarus, and his wings are falling apart, and he's like plummeting towards the ground.
Oh, wow.
Basically, it gives the creature flying, but you can sacrifice the wings, make your creature unblockable, but he dies at the end of turn.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like, well, what are you at? 8 life? Oh, my guy's a 10-10? Cool. Sacrifice the wings, he's unblockable. Thank you for playing.
In the face.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. We'll
thank you for having me.
In touch with you. And as usual, stay saucy, everybody. This has been the Confound Millennial, starring the faceless Steven Stirvin Michaels and the beautiful Ryan Diamond.